When we think of Neanderthals, we often picture them as big, brawny hunters who spent their days chasing down woolly mammoths and their nights eating their favorite protein bars made of mammoth steak tartare. But Neanderthals may have had a bit more of a diverse palate than previously thought. A new study suggests that Neanderthal women may have prepared meals in a way that would feel very familiar to modern humans, and that these meals contained a lot more than just meat. In fact, they may have regularly enjoyed fruits, veggies, and even some fungi. So get ready to learn what prehistoric cooking was really like, and what it might have tasted like. Hi, it's me and welcome to this channel. Our story today begins in the French and Spanish caves, where Neanderthal skeletons have been found with traces of cooked meals stuck to their teeth. This is pretty significant because up until now, scientists have debated whether or not Neanderthals ever cooked their food at all. Some scientists argue that Neanderthals only occasionally cooked their food, while others insisted that they regularly enjoyed home-cooked meals. Well, these new findings may put an end to that debate once and for all. That's because researchers were able to identify charred pieces of plants and animals in these ancient caves, and they found evidence of cooking in the form of burnt tissue, bone, and stone tools, which suggests that our hairy cousins weren't just eating their food raw, they were taking the time to prepare it. But the ingredients they were using might surprise you. While scientists expected to find evidence of meat, given that animals have been found butchered nearby, they were also able to identify 27 plant species from the charred remains. These plants included fruit trees such as wild apples, cherries, and plums, as well as nuts and mushrooms. The researchers were even able to determine how these plants were processed, suggesting that Neanderthals may have been quite the culinary daredevils. For example, the team found charred remains of hazelnut shells that had been cracked open, but not necessarily eaten. It seems that Neanderthals may have used the inside of the shell to store small objects, like a prehistoric teen might use a tic-tac container to hold their change. They also found evidence that Neanderthals may have ground up certain plants into flour, perhaps to make a type of flat bread, and it seems they enjoyed nuts both roasted and raw. Overall, the researchers estimate that Neanderthals living in this region ate about 80% meat and 20% plant-based foods. Well, that's certainly a lot of meat. It's a lot of veggies, fruit, and fungi too. This is much more diverse than scientists previously expected, and it paints Neanderthals as much more sophisticated foragers than previously thought. Not only did Neanderthals eat a variety of plants, but they also seemed to understand how different plants could be used. For example, they knew that certain nuts could be eaten raw or roasted, and that some plants could be ground into flour, while others were better used as containers or even plates. That kind of culinary know-how suggests that Neanderthals may have had a culture of sharing knowledge. Similar to the way that cooking techniques and ingredient pairings are passed down in many cultures today, it's also possible that Neanderthal women took charge of gathering and preparing food, freeing up men to do other things, like chasing down woolly mammoths or making spears. Unfortunately, the study doesn't say whether or not Neanderthals seasoned their food. Hopefully they did. Otherwise, that would be one major difference between them and us. Now we want to hear from you. What do you think Neanderthals would have thought of your favorite dish? And would you try a traditional Neanderthal meal? Share your thoughts in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to check out the series in the description below. Thanks. See you next time.